shouldn't be so complicated. Opening up my microphone hatch. And see if I can actually make this video because I have really bad allergies and I'm drugged up full of Claritin. I'm hot, I'm hot, I'm hot. I'm always hot. I don't know why. Did it again. Look at the camera. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Asha Velez and today I'm going to be teaching you how to upcycle your clothes even if you're a beginner with a Singer sewing machine by teaching you guys how to make this bag or a bag similar to it. If you're wondering what upcycling is, it's simple. It's when you take your old stuff and get creative and turn it into something new. We all have stuff laying around our house that has never been used, or it was used and you no longer want it, but you haven't thrown it out, given it to Salvation Army, or donated it to some family member in your house. I know I'm a guilty party when it comes to that. Here are a pair of Armani exchange pants that I have never worn and they still have the tag on. They were fairly expensive. Upcycling is a wonderful thing to do because you can take all that old stuff that you've been allowing to take up the four corners of your house and turn it into new stuff that's actually useful, that you like. I never actually wore those Armani exchange pants because I didn't like them. I also didn't buy them, but had I bought them, I probably would have worn them sooner and they still would have gone into a category of things I never want to wear again anyway. Upcycling is great because you get to take things out of the waste cycle, you get to be creative and exercise your brain. In addition, you save money and you get brand new stuff out of it. You can't be mad at that. Now, before we start sewing, you'll need to set up your machine. If you haven't already done that or you don't know how, that's okay. Just check out last week's episode where I teach you how to do just that on a Singer sewing machine. Now, if you're ready, we're gonna take these rags and turn them into bags. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get ready. Oh, wait. I forgot one thing. For your convenience, I added a timestamp in the description below that will allow you to skip forward and pass steps that are not actually necessary to finish the bag. Also, that allows you to fast forward all the way to the end of the video to tell you how you can get the bag without actually sewing. You could basically tell everyone you did it yourself. Either way, let's get this bag going. This next step where I cut off that piece is so unnecessary. Had I cut right below the waistband, I wouldn't have had to do this. And it's because the Singer sewing machine is really strong, but sometimes with these really thick layers, it gets a little bit jammed up. So if I would have just cut right below the waistband, it would have worked out better and I wouldn't have had to do that extra step. Just keep that in mind next time that you're cutting. This next step really isn't necessary. You don't need a zipper bag, and you also don't need to make the inside blue and the outside red like I'm about to, but I just wanted to add this extra flair. If you want to skip this, by all means, please do. I made this bag one time before for myself, and last time I didn't actually fold over the fabric like you see me doing in the video, and what ended up happening was that the jean material started to fray, and that's not cute. So do yourself a favor, fold over the fabric, sew over it twice. It looks so much more nice. The elusive top sheets, who uses these anyway? Do you have a closet full of these guys? If you do, comment below. Do you even use these? Okay, so as a beginner sewer, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And the first one is not knowing seam allowance. You can tell at the beginning of the bag, I started sewing, I'm really, really close to the edge, and that's probably about 3/8 of an inch. But as I get towards the end of the bag, I'm about an inch or half an inch away from the edge, and that really does hurt your project in the end. But, I mean, the bag came out beautiful, so don't hate yourself if you mess up. There's always a way to fix anything. And bam, just like that, you have a WTF moment. So dyslexia is real, people. I basically switched the numbers around when I was doing the measurements for the lining of the bag and the jeans when it was supposed to be the other way around, causing the bag to be vertical instead of horizontal. And then the little mini bag that went on the inside had the right measurements, and that was horizontal instead of vertical. And so don't be mad at yourself if you make these mistakes. Just like Bob Ross says, there are no mistakes. There are only happy little accidents. The bag still came out beautiful, and when you have dyslexia, you figure out how to fix mistakes. Just happens. Anyway, keep watching. Okay, so it's really just, it's too big to show you, but I'm going to show you how this is the start line, and I'm going to try to stay away from all this extra fabric that I sewed too much of, because I'm eventually just going to cut that off. So I'm going to sew all the way around. I'm going to miss the area where I have to keep it open, so I can, the area I have to keep it open. And I'm just gonna get back to you guys after I finish sewing all the way around this piece, okay? There you go. Now I'm just going to cut around my little accident and see what happens when I pull the bag inside out. A lot of sewing happens inside out, or a lot of sewing happens backwards where the good side of the fabric are facing each other. So I'm just going to cut all this excess fabric shouldn't be there because I measured it incorrectly, and then I'm going to turn the bag inside out so you guys can see the reveal of what it's going to look like after all of the pieces have been sewn together slightly incorrectly. I know, I'm a beginner. I just want you to know you shouldn't hate yourself if you make these mistakes. You should just keep going until you get something out of your project. I guess it's also important for me to mention that those little hooks that I put in were there so you can hold your keys or hook your keys into your bag. But because I didn't pay attention to the seam allowance, I end up having to cut them off. So don't expect them to be there. Anyway, now I'm going to top stitch that hole and close up the bag. Okay, and for my last little accident of the night, I'm going to top stitch around the bag to kind of seal in the red lining on the inside of the bag, but I realized that I wasn't able to make it all the way around because I didn't give myself enough space between the back of the pockets and the top of the bag, and that is because when I cut the waistband, I cut way too close to the pockets. You should definitely cut just right below the waistband. That would give you about another 1.5 or 2 inches, and that way you won't actually sew over the pockets like I did in this part of the video. Anyway, this doesn't matter. I was still able to finish the bag and it came out really, really cute, and there were some little parts that are missing, but it doesn't matter. The bag is still cute and I was able to finish it. It's not going to fall apart. It's really, really strong and it fits a lot of things and I love it. Hi! Did you skip ahead? That's okay. Here's the bag! I finally finished it! So that's what it looks like on the inside. It's nice and red, obviously one of my favorite colors. And I have the handles that were made out of the pants that are just so cute. I couldn't let go of these details. I really had a lot of fun making this video. I actually love upcycling things around my house because I used to throw everything out and now I don't have to anymore. I'm just really happy that I could turn this into something that was actually useful, and I'm happy that I'm also going to be able to give it away to you guys. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment that says rags in the bags with your Instagram handle, and I'll make sure to announce the winner next week. I don't know what day it's going to be when I make my next video, but just keep up with me. So don't forget to like this video and share it with a friend. You never know who's a closet crafter just waiting for some inspiration. If you'd like to see me make something you've been daydreaming about, just comment below and maybe I'll give it a try. You never know. Anyway, I had a great time. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I hope I see you next week. Ciao, bacalao.